Haha, balls.
Balls, yeah. Cool. I'll leave it.
Saying balls is the new testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Just
I'll
saying
put it in the
balls,
middle.
Balls.
Balls, yeah.
Balls.
This says a lot about society right
It
now.
really does.
Only the real ones will understand.
Only the real ones. Fake ones, get the fuck out.
Yeah, dude, that's true.
If you're listening right now and you're fake,
yeah,
get out.
I agree. If you can hear this,
Do
and
terrible things to your neighbor's car.
You are going to get me like an actual FBI visit, bro. Like,
No, I'm just convincing kids to do bad things to their neighbor's car. It's just vandalism.
It's just a joke.
As a prank. As long as you have a camera, you're good. Because then you can say, look, there's a camera. You know the funny thing is, I was about to just like as soon as I was about to ash this, I almost just did it in the candle.
Oh yeah, go for it. Like, that's what I just did.
I was like, wait, no, that's not an ashtray.
It's fine, dude. I don't give a shit. Like,
It gives the candle more scent.
Oh shit! Do it. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Don't do it in the candle. I'm fucking disabled. I just did that because
it's just in the wax.
Yeah. Yeah, but then it's like, oh, the cops will know I'm smoking cigarettes and
Dude,
I'm not 21.
If the cops know you're smoking cigarettes, regardless of your age, they'll kill you on the spot.
That's true. That's actually
happened
a new
to me
law.
like twice now.
Really?
Yeah.
They
killed me.
I hope not. That would not be epic.
What are your thoughts on Newports?
What are your thoughts on Newports?
They're pretty good.
Is that what we're smoking right now?
No.
Then I don't really know.
These are my special pubic hair cigarettes. So there's no tobacco. It's just pubic hair and menthol.
Ryan. I'm gonna stomp your balls.
You know I'd like that. Don't threaten me with a good time.
God damn. We do live in a society, man. You are making me want to not smoke this, and I can tell that this is like... There's no way that it's just that, but at the same time, I'm like... No, I know. They're Marlboros. Like, it's not... I know. Oh, you can reseal this.
Yeah, it's like a self-resealing.
Did you roll these yourself?
I did not, no.
Are you sure about that?
No. I'm highly delusional. I could have.
This guy. This fucking guy.
What are your thoughts on the gay ball experiment of 1973?
I thought they overdid it a little bit.
It's a fair point of view.
A little over the top. But I am a drama queen after all. I've accepted that about myself, that I'm just a dramatic person.
Nay, nay.
Nay, nay, day?
Yeah.
Society.
We should start a national nay, nay day.
Oh my god, yeah, if we get a following, oh my gosh, we should like pick a day that's like nay, nay,
one
day
day out of the year?
Yeah.
But it changes every year.
Like 1 year it's at the end and then 1 year it's at the beginning.
If somebody misses it, they get nay, nay.
Oh.
They got nay, nay.
Would we have to like follow through on that? Would we have
We
to
would
nay
have to
them?
stalk them down and nay, nay them.
Oh, bro, I don't know about all that. I'm not... I have like vengeful feelings. And like wrathful feelings, but I don't act on them, I guess. If that makes sense.
Unlike that time you came to my house and beat me near to death. Like, that was a little over the top.
That was just a prank.
That's fair. You did have the camera. It was a prank.
You're gaslighting me right now, right?
No, if you have a camera, it's a prank. So you can say, look, there's a camera, it's a prank.
Yeah, dude. There's been some like... There's like funny business online, and people don't like recognize it. It's once you can like see it, it's very fucking weird. Because there are a lot of things on the internet where it's like, oh, haha, that was just a joke. And it's like, no, like, it was not.
Kind of like that thing with...
You have reverse psychology me to the point where I don't want to fucking finish this. I'll like finish that at a later date. You got in my fucking head, bro.
Yeah, like what you're saying is kind of like that thing with, I think it was Logan Paul. where he went to the suicide forest in Japan.
That
and
was...
he was like, it was just for a video, it was just for fun. It's like...
He acknowledged at the beginning.
I think we've talked about this before, too.
I think so. He literally... I think in real life, not on the podcast, but I think...
No, I think we did actually talk about it on the podcast.
Maybe the older ones. Maybe
older
when
ones,
we weren't...
Before
we really made it.
Before we truly got nay-nayed.
Yeah, dude. I am, gotta tell you, man, it's not a fucking cakewalk on this end, I gotta tell you that.
It's not all fun games over here, we're doing business.
It was business. That's a reference. But yeah, like, he literally, at the beginning, was like, this is, like, unseen on YouTube, we're, like, breaking new ground for YouTube, and it's like, no, dude, you recorded, like, a deceased human being. Like, that's what happened. He can say whatever he wants.
Like, that's live leak territory. That's not YouTube.
Yeah, so. I agree with you. Like, that's, like, dark side of the internet type beat shit.
So, Logan Paul, if you hear this, come to my house and kiss me on the mouth like a man.
Holy shit. You're fucking funny. Man. What do you think about society at large?
Gay balls.
I think the
gay balls experiment of 1973 proved that. I'll stick by that.
Yeah, what are you referencing something that happened?
No,
okay,
it's an actual thing.
Fucking elaborate. I'll let you spin. Go ahead. Elaborate on what that is.
I'm legally not allowed to talk.
Okay.
Like,
it's gonna be one of the okay.
It's supposed to stay between us girls.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little bit about it.
Go for it, man. Dude, life has gotten so weird for me this last week, and I don't mean that to not just you.
Oh, because I started hanging out with you. Everything's been like crazy and terrible.
Unrelated to you, things have been very stressful for me. Go ahead and talk about the gay balls experiment. Can you disclose what is public about the gay balls experiment?
All of it is classified.
Aw, dude. You're gonna fucking sit here and like titillate me, and then you're gonna not tell me about
I can tell you as long as you promise not to tell anyone else.
Yeah, of course. It's only being recorded.
So the gay balls experiment of 1973 is what happened when the government would But yeah, basically that was the gay balls experiment of 1973. That's kind of what happened. So just don't tell anybody about that.
Of course, that's secret gay balls stuff. The gay balls crew.
We might be on a watch list now. Mostly me for telling you.
No, I am like 1,000,000% on like multiple watch lists. I know that sounds very conspiratorial, but there's no...
Oh, I'm definitely on like at least 5.
Yeah, there's just like obviously I don't fucking know.
The things I've said in front of electronic devices that can record video or audio. I'm probably being watched.
Oh, well, I mean... You are literally correct, because we are sitting across from one another, my friend.
2 phones out.
2 phones out. Are you recording?
I'm not, no.
But it's just there
when
it's on.
I have Wi-Fi on. That's enough. I have a phone. That's enough. Cellular. That's what they get you with.
Yeah, literally, like, you could turn everything off and it's still connected. It's fucking weird. It's, like, unfortunate.
Yeah. Have you heard the story of, it was just called The Five?
Elaborate, no.
So is it actually like a real story where like 5 people...
Wait, nonfiction.
Nonfiction. So it's like a story about where like 5 people were on their way home from like a game. I think it was like basketball. And they just drove up in the mountains and went missing. Just gone. And like one of them was found in like some kind of like shelter or safe house. But they were dead with like months worth of food.
Wow.
After having like looked at him and seen like his hair and like stuff, they determined he was there for like months already.
Was that up north?
I can't remember.
Like way up north? I've heard a story similar to that way up north where it was like, yeah, only one person survived, and yeah, they were spread across multiple places.
Yeah.
Like a car broke down, right?
Yes.
And then they left the car. And there
the
was
person
another
who found
car
the car was like his car broke down because he got stuck.
Holy
he was having
shit!
a heart attack.
You know about that?
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Not to sound condescending, you're older than I am, but also, like...
Dude, internet.
Yeah, internet. Fucking internet.
Full circle.
Full circle. Dude, it is... I mean it where it's, like, it's nice that people are starting to take the internet as, like,
no, I was just saying full
non-fact.
circle, however you're saying, like, internet monitoring. And then we went off in that story about, like, 5 guys disappearing. And then I connected that to just me knowing about it because of the internet. Which I found kind of funny.
That is a good... That's a bro moment.
Dude, that's a pro moment.
That's the only way I can describe that.
Dude, my favorite thing to say instead of bro moment is bro momentum.
Bro momentium.
Bromium.
Bromium. Oh my god, that's going to be the next element that they discover. They're
think
going to
it
be
is.
like, we found bromium.
I think it might be. I want to look that up.
Fucking go for it.
I want them to find bromium, though.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
How many women do you know around here? It seems like you be getting women, though.
I know quite a few, but I also have quite a lot of restraining orders. So I was wrong. Bromium is not an element, but it is a venture capital-backed startup based in Cupertino, California.
Nice. I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Are you gaslighting me, or do you actually have restraining orders against people?
I'm gaslighting you.
Are you sure?
Maybe. I don't have any restraining orders.
That's good. I don't think I do either, but
Well, I
like...
don't think I do. I've never been
That's
told I have a
something.
restraining order.
Yeah, that's something they would notify you about, right?
I would assume so.
I would hope. I would
Like,
hope
I feel
they'd
like
be
they
like.
would take you to court and say, like, hey, this person's got a restraining order against you, or they would, like, contact you somehow.
I would hope. One would think, right?
But I also do throw 100% of my mail in the trash, so if that's how they contact me, I have no clue.
Do you genuinely do that?
No.
This is what I'm saying. You're a very good liar, and I don't mean to say. I think I am too. I don't mean that to be to
See,
put
I've
you on the
gotten
spot.
so, like, I've had so much fun with, like, lying as a joke that, and I also try to just joke as much as I can a day, because I just like having fun that way. But, like, I do it so much at this point. Like, I go through, like, a majority of my day just, like, telling lies as jokes. But, of course, I'll tell the person afterwards, like, oh, by the way, that was a joke.
Right.
Like, that thing's not real, or I was lying as a joke.
Right.
And I had this one friend that I would, like, consistently do that with, because it was hilarious to me. To, like, say something that's absolutely not true, and then 5 minutes later just be like, oh, yeah, by the way, that was a complete lie. It was hilarious to me. It still is.
It'd be that way on
It's
occasion.
hilarious. It's hilarious because I say it's a lie. If I were just lying, I would be like a pathological liar,
There's
like
so
borderline sociopath.
We are in similar boats, whereas we are both on so many levels of irony, it's hard to tell what is not ironic.
Yeah.
That's part of why I use the phrase unironically sometimes, is because I'm just like,
Yeah.
hey, like...
I use that as well, to say, like, unironically, this is how I feel.
Right.
Because most of the time, somebody will ask me a question, and without even thinking about it, I'll give an ironic answer.
Right.
And then people, like, get mad at me, and I'm like, oh, wait, I keep, like...
Dude.
Burying myself under layers of irony.
Yeah, people will be... Usually my first thought... I'm going to explain this to you. When someone asks me a serious question, especially one that makes me uncomfortable, my first thought is usually, like, a joke.
Yeah.
And then I laugh at my thought, and then I have to say it so that they know I'm not laughing at them.
Yeah.
Because I think I do that, and people are really off-put by that. I think people
Yeah.
are like, oh, he's, like, laughing at, like, serious shit. And it's like, no, I'm using humor as a coping mechanism.
Yeah. I actually made a funny post about that, like, not even years ago, but it was, like, a year or two ago, where it's, like a series of pictures, like those, like, text picture memes, and it was, like, a bowl of, like, cereal, just in, like, dry cereal in a bowl, and it said, like, existing problems, and then I had, like, a jug of milk that was labeled unhealthy coping mechanisms and additional stress, and then it was just a picture of me pouring the milk into the bowl, like, super hard.
I can show you. Oh, I love that it does that, unironically. That's, like, the lock screen. Check it.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that it did that.
Yeah, I want to show you a meme I made.
Well, I don't want to see it.
Well, you're gonna...
Okay.
No, if you really don't want to, it's okay. Does that... I don't know what silence means. Does that...
No, sorry, I was just reading something. I actually didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
I was just saying, is it okay? Is it actually okay if I show it to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is one of my more stupid ones. You know the YouTuber Jay Schlatt? I made that a while ago.
That's good.
I thought it was really funny.
That's good.
At the time, I thought it was hysterical.
Whoa, I have 61 new likes and 2 new followers on Instagram. Out of nowhere. That's weird.
That's just internet.
I also haven't been on Instagram like all day.
Oh, that was I thought you connected to the speaker. That was the sound of the speaker turning off because it hadn't been connected to.
Want to get some copyright-free background music?
Oh, yeah. If
just fully copyrighted music.
We should, honestly, if we get,
Well, I or my friend Jake can just make music.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe, how do you know him?
Skating. Because we would, like, skate together. And, like, we would always, like, see each other, like, kind of, like, at events or, like, sessions. And then, like, eventually we just started, like, hanging out and skating just us two together more. And then we were like, oh, you make music? I make music. I also skate and play video game and eat hot chip and lie.
And
So then we
charge,
just
and
started,
charge your phone.
Huh?
And charge your phone.
Yes. Charge my own. Eat McDonald's.
How easy it is to forget.
We don't even cook anymore. Because we were born after 1993.
Yeah, dude, we just fucking buy shit at the store.
Sorry, I'm
Like
trying to find this.
good little capitalists, right?
Exactly. We need to go back to communism where everybody's starved.
I don't even know how to respond to that right now. Alright, okay. I wanted to
Check out
have
this picture.
a more serious. Did you hear that noise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody walking over there.
Yeah.
Sir?
Don't fucking do that,
I'm
please.
not. No. I never do that in a situation where, like, I'm sitting somewhere where I can't remove myself from.
Right. I mean, you can't.
Or just, like...
I mean, all you'd have to do is...
No, I wouldn't do it, like, from your house. I do it, like, when I'm driving or something.
Oh, like, sort of, yeah, the whole, like,
Where I can just,
zero
like,
mega thing.
walk completely away and not
Well,
have,
well,
have
hey-
somebody, like, walk up to me or, like, the door or something.
Yeah,
You're gay?
No. Unfortunately, I am not.
So you lied to me. Yeah, here it is.
If you consider gay balls an admission of nice, it's awesome. And then what's the third? Oh, you're a meme man. What can I say?
I made that in 2019, so it has been a couple of years.
Could I ask you how many followers you have?
I have on my main account 992. And I
Oh.
have like 7 accounts.
You almost hit 1,000.
Almost 8 away.
8 away.
On my
You
car
hear
account.
that? Follow your boy.
On my car account, I have 256.
Are you followed to my I'm sure you are. Are you followed to my Twitch and stuff?
Yes, I am. I don't have it on my phone though.
You
So,
should maybe.
I really
do you
should.
get notified when I go live?
I do actually.
You should at some point when I get bigger, I would like you to moderate for me. But that would be when I get bigger.
I would
Because right
definitely
now
do that.
I don't yet.
That seemes like fun.
Yeah, dude,
I used to be a
you
moderator.
get to ban people for being racist.
Dude, I'm gonna keep them here for being racist.
You're gonna
I'm gonna ban everybody who isn't racist. So, if you don't say something racist within 5 minutes of entering the stream, you're out.
I'm laughing because one of my chat rules is like nothing racist or sexist, and so it would literally be like you'd
It would be to
doing
test
the
our
opposite.
fans.
You're
Like, if they don't actually know what we're talking about, like the no racism, no sexism stuff is just a joke. That's to weed out the non-fans. So you heard it here first, folks. Say something racist or you're getting banned.
Those are his words and not mine.
You're not getting kicked, you're getting banned.
Do not, bro, I swear. Yo, I would be like, that is funny, but I'd also be like, that would be something that would make me say bruh.
That would be a bro momentum.
In other words, yeah, bruh moment.
Bro momentum.
How long have we been stalking each other for?
Oh, that was a good crack. Did you hear that?
I did.
That was like 2 cracks.
My-
Let's see if I can get the other side. Nope. Nothing.
Oof. My back be cracking.
Can I pull a McGee and fart on the mic?
Um.
I don't have one right now, but
Oh, edit one in.
like at some point, like I might get up and like crouch over the table and just let one rip.
I would be, if you literally crouched over the table, I'd be a little bruh about that.
Okay.
I'd be a little bit.
I wouldn't sit on it because
No, I understand.
I just mean I would like lean over it a little bit with my backside and just let one out.
This fucking guy. This fucking dude.
Look at this dude.
Look at this dude.
Hit him
Look
with
at the top of his head.
Hit him with that. Sorry, I'm texting one of my friends because he's like spamming me a little bit.
Oh, may I ask which one? We can always censor things. Like, we can always whatever.
I don't think you've met him.
Uh-huh.
He's looking to go get a car. Or no. Yes, he is. He's hoping to trade his car for someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
But that person's looking to trade for another car. And I'm trying to, like,
Is he...
middleman it a little bit and try to, like, help him get the car. Because the car that the other guy's looking at actually isn't that good of an idea. So I'm trying to help them both. Without just saying, don't get that other car.
Do you know him from school?
No, I know him through someone we went to school with, actually, though.
Skating?
Just car people. Just doing car stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What just happened?
Almost popped my shoulder out.
Oh,
it's that bad. Like,
really?
I can put it back the wrong way and it pops.
Oh, shit. I'm not trying to stress you out right now.
No.
Okay, cool.
I just have a really bad shoulder. It's like I can't move it certain ways or it'll just, like, either be really painful or it'll pop out.
Okay.
I actually did it when I was asleep twice in 1 week.
Boop. And we can always edit stuff out. Wait, let me lock my phone and then have the nice, yeah. So, we can always edit stuff out. So you wanted to tell a story about a dream?
Yeah, so I've actually a few dream stories. So I've actually had a history of having, I can't remember the name of it, but it starts with a P.
Poop penis?
Yeah, poop penis, but also...
Sorry, that was fucking gross.
No, it was funny. What's it called when you have a dream of something and then it happens the next day? I know it starts with the letter P. Premonition. I have had so many premonitions in my life. Like, so many.
Dude, when I'm sorry to cut you off, can I say a really short one?
Yeah.
Dude, I had experiences later in life that, like, I don't want to get too specific because that's, like, way too much information, but I remember being, like, a young kid, and I had a dream where I was, like, looking out my living room window, and someone with a knife, like cut the screen. Mm-hmm. And I was like, holy shit. Like, looking back at that now, with, like, the things I have experienced, I'm like, holy fuck. Like, that, it's like premonitions. It's like, dreams are, like, they can be, like, warnings.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
Luckily, this one was not a premonition. Most of my premonitions are, like, so obscure. They're just, like, random things that happen, but are very specific. And then those things will happen. I'll be like, whoa, I dreamed about that last night. That's kind of cool. But there was one time I had this very specific dream where I was sitting in my basement, and my house is, like, on a hill, kind of. So the basement has, like, a screen door where you can walk out of. And I remember in the dream, it was, like, sunset-ish, like that nice, like, orange, yellowish glow. And I was, like, sitting in the basement next to the sliding glass door, like, kind of, like, legs crisscrossed, like, leaning against the wall. And I just, you know how in dreams, like, things aren't said, but you just kind of, like, know things?
So that's what I was sort of saying earlier off the podcast when I was saying, like, it's this certain feeling, like, oh, you felt that before. Like, that's why it was so vague, but yeah, like...
But, like, I guess in the context of the dream, I was told, but for the sake of explaining the dream as literally as possible, I just knew that one of my best friends, since, like, kindergarten or pre-K, had just died of, like, a heart attack. And one of my other friends was just sitting there with me, also grieving. And it was just a very short dream, but that was it. And then the next day, I went and talked to my friend about it, the one that was in the dream, like, sitting next to me. He was like, I had the exact same dream last night. We were in your basement, and we had just found out that our friend had passed away of a heart attack. Luckily, this friend did not have a heart attack. He's perfectly fine. But it was just so weird that we had the exact same dream in the exact same night.
I'll be honest, dude.
Like, the setting and everything was the exact same. We were both having the same dream from, like, the different perspectives we were in that dream.
I don't want any details. I would really appreciate if you didn't say any details about this because it's about somebody who's important to me. But that's a reason I miss my ex a lot. Because, like, our energies in terms of that especially were, like, it was uncanny. Mm. It was, like, uncanny. Like, we would talk about what we dreamt about, and it was, like, almost always, and it wasn't just, it wouldn't be like, oh, I was the one always sharing it. Like, sometimes she'd share a dream with me, and I'd be like, I had that dream, like, a day or two ago. Like, fucking weird. Uncanny is, like, a good word for it. It's not something that I'm, like... It's not something I live by, if that makes sense. I'm not like, oh, like, that has to mean this, or this has to mean that. But it's still... That's a reason why I'm still grieving about it. Is just, like... Similar energies, I guess, at the end of the day. I'm very much... I am preferring the term hippie less and less. I usually describe myself as being kind of a tree hugger. Because I just like... I like nature a lot.
Because you like big wood.
Those are your words.
There was one time I had a premonition, and this is when my ex and I were together, and I had a dream where I woke up, and we were, like in bed, and we had both just woken up, and in the dream I said something like, "Is this it? Like, are we over?" In the dream she was like, "Yeah." And then I woke up from that dream, and that's basically what happened that morning. Because we had like an argument the day before.
Are you fucking with me?
I'm not.
Did that really happen?
Yeah. Because we'd had like an argument the day before, and it was kind of like a rough argument where we didn't really agree, and we weren't going to. And the next morning it was over.
Are you...
Gay? Yes.
Are you serious, though?
Yeah, that was a true story.
Like, unironically. You had a dream about it, and it happened the next morning.
Played out the exact same way.
I had a dream. That same thing happened to me with my most recent partner. We had a fight, I dreamt about it, and it happened. It was literally, surreal. It was surreal. But I gotta say, like you said about not being able to do anything about it, that's about where I was at afterward, where I was just like, there's nothing. It was like a feeling of like the decision has been made.
Yeah. Like
it's very clear that she spoke to it's very clear that she asked a lot of people about it in her family, and they were like, we don't fuck with you.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened with me.
That was the overall feeling I got from her. It was just like, we don't fuck with you. And
sometimes,
I don't fuck with her, and I mean that in a literal way, where it's like I don't hit her up. I don't fucking I don't call her. I don't fucking hit her up because I'm just waiting. You know what I mean? And I guess what happens. It almost feels weak-minded. You know, it almost makes me feel like a weak person. But there are certain things I can't do. Everyone just has certain things they can't do.
I feel like that takes a certain strength, honestly. Just accepting that there are things you can't do or you can't change, and being able to, accept that and not fight it. Because that was something that took me a while to learn, is that there are things I can't change about my life or other people's lives. I just have to let it be.
What I've realized is I can't control anybody but me. That's one thing I've realized. I can only control what I say and what I do. And even those things, it's like we only have so much free will.
Yeah. You only have so many options.
You can't
Of course you
can't fight the world.
Of course you can do whatever you want, but in terms of what's going to give you a future, or what's going to lead to the next thing in your life, whatever it may be, you can only have a handful of options, even if you don't realize it.
Of course,
there are only certain things you can say in situations, or there are only certain ways you can look at things just based on your own past and your own perception that you've kind of grown into. So I feel like in that way we don't have free will, but at the same time we do, and I use mine very well by covering myself in irony.
I was trying to blow O's with my smoke. Sorry.
Yeah, that's how I use my free will, is just being ironic all the time and just saying random bullshit. Because it's what else am I going to say? Something normal and just kind of
Small talk, I hate. I think that's part of why I don't deal well with strangers, is because, if I meet strangers, it's...
Sorry, I'm not trying to,
No, go ahead. That's my whole thought.
Yeah, but with work, I have to talk to random people all day about nothing that I care about. So I've gotten good at faking small talk and be like, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, this is good, and that's good, and how are you doing? And that's the exact, tone and voice I say it in. And just kind of, small talk, get through it, move on to the next one. And then I get home and I just, do whatever.
I have. Have you ever had experience with ghosts or spirits?
I've had, actually... if you have a story, you can go first.
For me, it's always just feelings. It's always just my gut, if that makes sense. It's never... I don't see things. I, like, hear stuff.
I've heard and seen, but I've also... You know, everybody has those gut feelings that you're not really truly alone in a room or somewhere. But I've actually, once, when I was very young, I want to say it could be attributed to a fever dream, because I was having, like, a very bad fever, like, extremely bad. But I very vividly remember to this day that I was in my room and I had woken up from, like, being asleep, and I saw a man sitting at the edge of my bed, kind of wearing, like, a beige, like, he was facing away from me, but I could still see him in his entirety. Like, I knew exactly what he looked like as soon as I opened my eyes, but he wasn't even facing me. I knew he had, like, curly, shortish hair. He had a mustache, almost handlebar. Kind of, like, not clean-shaven, but also not 5 o'clock shadow all the way around the rest of his face. He was wearing, like, a beige button-down shirt, belt. Can't remember what kind of pants or shoes he had, but I knew they were, like, leather kind of shoes. And I told my mom the next morning, because, of course, who wouldn't tell their mom that there was a man
Especially when you're tiny.
A man in your room when you're asleep. And I wasn't scared at all. Like, I looked at him and I felt calm and I went back to sleep.
Wow.
So I told her about that, and she was like, you just described, like, your great-grandfather or your great-great-uncle, like my uncle. And so we went to my grandparents' house, and we were digging through old pictures, and we found a picture of that man in that exact outfit with that haircut and that mustache that I had never seen before. Like, we were digging through photos. And that was him. Like, I knew as soon as I saw the picture, I was like, that's him.
Wow.
So to this day, I believe that he's my guardian angel. Because that was a time where I was, like, very sick, and he was there with me.
I never got to meet him, but everything I've heard about my father's father, my grandfather, who I never got to meet, I'm him. Like, his personality is me, and I hate it. It's not I don't hate it. That's a very mean thing to say. And
I know what you mean. I don't understand what you mean.
Because it hasn't just been positive. I've heard a lot of negative about him, and I'm like, that's me. Like, that's shit that I do. And it's like, it's uncanny. I'm sure you can tell on my face that I'm being serious. Like, the things I have heard about him after the fact, and then looking back, I'm like, that's me. He was...
Oh, do you want to leave this in the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He was, he was a businessman who had his struggles with addiction, and he died because of complications from that. And I've always... He is the person in my family, unfortunately, that I, like, relate to the most. And it's just... I say unfortunately only because it hasn't all been positive. There's been a lot of positive, but a lot of negative. I've heard a lot of things about him, and they all feel accurate to me. And I guess that makes sense, because it's... Life is, like, cyclical.
Oh, definitely.
What, fucking, of course the police are out right now. It is Friday night in, like, the holiday season.
Time for kids to get into trouble.
That's how it goes.
Hey, I just told everybody to go out and vandalize cars. They might already be doing it.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude, our fans are so up to date. They know what I'm talking about before we post it.
Yeah. You know what's so funny? Is
Gay people.
Super mega. I watched their video at the Spaghetti Factory.
Yeah.
And then while I was listening through their podcast, I got to hear them and their editor talking about the
how
idea.
they want to go to the Spaghetti
Right,
Factory.
and, like, hearing... And I was like, oh my god, they literally did all of that.
Yep.
Like, they were like, we need to get meme shirts, we need to, like, fucking go there, and, like, so amazing.
The only thing that they didn't do was the spaghetti gather up or meet up.
Oh my god, the way that Matt spoke to the waiter, I see so much of myself in. He was like, I'm a real spaghetti head. Like, he was very clearly trying to sound unironic while being, like, the most ironic he could be.
I do that a lot.
And it was so, especially with waiters, because
Oh.
it's like, I know it makes their day better. Like, I don't
Yeah.
mean to sound like, oh, I'm such a good person because I don't feel that way about
But I
myself.
love to give people entertainment when I can.
Right.
Especially if they don't know that I am, knowing I'm the entertainment. Like, sometimes I just love to seem stupid to make people laugh. I'm
Yeah.
really good at it.
I hear you 100% on that. Like, I like... The problem with me is, like, I've talked about this with you before. I genuinely feel like the line between surreal comedy and surreal horror is so thin.
Yeah.
Like, I think I scare people. I present in a scary way, but I feel like there are times where I'm scaring people and I'm just not meaning to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one thing that is good about the horror genre is it makes people think.
Oh, so you're just going to cross your legs so you can copy me? Is that what we're doing now?
That's what, yeah, apparently. But no, I mean that, where it's like, I actually did that subconsciously. But yeah, like, the horror genre is like one of the few genres that I feel like consistently makes people think, and I think comedy is the same in that.
Balls.
Is that all you have to say on the matter?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Would you like to
Engage in some balls?
add
yes.
a new... I was going to ask if you wanted to add a new branch to our conversation.
I was going to say something, but it completely slipped my mind, and I don't think it was anything important. Because it's not like I'm trying to, like, figure out, like, what was I going to say? It was so good.
Right.
I was like, I kind of had something funny-ish to say, but I can't remember what it was.
It was probably Shark Town.
Probably. Something close to that. Ballsville. Dude, your neighbor just pulled out of their driveway. Didn't pull out of me, though. That's why I'm 8 months pregnant.
No way, really?
Yeah.
When's the due date?
It's actually January. We're not sure what day yet. Waiting to hear back, but January, probably like mid-January.
Mm-hmm.
We're excited.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
Okay. What are you gonna... Well, what's the, you know...
The name?
Sure.
Shit boy.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna name your...
That's what I'm gonna name my son. Shit boy.
I genuinely do not even know how to respond to that.
Can you imagine somebody actually naming their child, like bringing a child into this world, carrying it for 9 months, and naming it Shit Boy? Come here, Shit Boy.
That's fucked. That's fucked up.
Here's a fun fact.
Go for it.
Anything you say can be made at least 75% funnier by adding a southern accent of any degree. Whether it's a heavy southern accent or a very slight southern accent.
You first. I'll do a southern accent if you do a southern accent.
I do a lot of work. It's kind of funny.
You should lean into it. You should do a little southern accent and I'll fucking do it too. The thing is it's like we are like the border between...
Maryland is considered the South.
I disagree. I think it can be. I've never
It
thought of
doesn't
it
feel
that
like
way.
the South at all.
Yeah.
Most places in Virginia don't feel like the South.
Yeah. Virginia is such a... Virginia's
I'm
for
in-
lovers. Like, that state is fucking nice. Like, that's a nice state.
Yeah,
You know what is my favorite? One of my favorite, like, taglines. You know how I was like, Virginia's for lovers? One of my favorite things that's on tags is like...
I'm gay.
Yeah, totally. That's what I was
I
going to
have
say.
one of those.
It's New Hampshire. It's, do you know the one for New Hampshire?
No.
It's live free or die. Which is like the most American ass.
Yeah.
Which that's something I would expect to see in a southern state.
Yeah.
Just to be
live
transparent, like that is unironically
Live
like
brother.
one of my
Live free or
one of the
die.
funniest ones in my opinion.
Mm.
Do you have another funny one?
No.
Darn. Gotta learn
Live
more.
free or die, brother.
It's such a backhanded threat, and it's on all the fucking license plates, man.
Who's that? Like, I know his name, and I know his face. Like, I know his name. I've talked about him multiple times in the past. Maybe not with you, but just to other people.
Mm-hmm.
But he's that Southern actor. And I think, he was in The Big Lebowski. He played the the dad cow in Back at the Barnyard, the movie. And he's that like southern accent and the deep voice. Mustache.
Other roles he's been in?
I can't think of any right now.
Only
even
the
though
one in the
I should know
Barnyard?
like multiple other roles he's been in, because I know I've seen him in multiple other movies and shows.
So he's a southern guy.
He's like an old southern guy.
There are it's just too vague.
I know.
In terms of actors, especially, because a lot of famous actors are not young.
Yeah.
Like, famous actors tend to be older. I think younger famous actors tend to be more rare.
Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to figure out his name.
No, I didn't think you were ignoring me, dude.
Yes, you did.
No,
I could see you judging me.
I thought that you were, like, texting somebody, and I was like, that's fine. Like, I'll let you be on your fucking phone for a minute. Not let you. You get what I'm fucking saying, man. Sorry for...
I literally looked up old southern actor with a mustache, and it was the first result. Like, his Wikipedia page.
Can I see?
Sam Elliott. That's his name. Sam Elliott.
Oh, that dude!
Yeah.
He has a very...
He's a very recognizable voice and face.
Yeah, I recognize him from the little thumbnail.
Like the dark eyebrows and the white mustache. Like, he's very recognizable.
He is someone whose voice is famous, right?
Yes.
He's very famous for, like, got the
Very much being for
very
like
much
this.
deep voice, and
He's saying,
got a very not. It almost sounds like it has no neck. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, I want to hear him talk now.
fucking do it. Yeah, honestly, for context, like, play.
It's
some
actually
voice.
just fun listening to him
I'll
talk.
be right back.
He's a very nice voice.
I have to pee, and this seems like a good time to do that.
I'm just gonna play some Sam Elliott clips.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott reads Lady Gaga lyrics. People just like listening to him talk. I think that's proof of it.
Sam Elliott, your voice is incredible. Let's say you do U.S. Beef, Smokey the Bear, Dodge Ram trucks, Coors beer. Did you expect when you were a young actor that voice would be your calling card? No. Why? Why do people work hard to get those pipes?
When I was a young kid, I didn't have this voice. So, for starters, my mother directed me to sing in a cherub choir when I was 4 years old in Sacramento, California, and I say drug lovingly. I loved doing it. And I always was involved in singing and vocal ensembles and choirs, and my voice progressively over the years started to plummet.
Precipitously? Did anyone tell you, like, to get voice lessons to stop it from working?
Yeah, you know about this encounter. I had an encounter one time. I was working construction. I was a day laborer. And I was going to a workshop studying, and I'd gotten a portfolio of pictures together because I heard that you needed to get a portfolio of photos. This was 50 years ago, nearly. I was in the National Guard at the time, and one of the guys that I was in the Guards with had a friend that was an agent at a place called Meyer, Michigan. It was a very upscale agency, and this guy's name was Greenfield. And so he set up a meeting for me, and went in, and much like we're sitting across his desk, we thumbed through these pictures, closed it up.
I have a weird question.
I have a weird
Transition
answer.
after that. Did you, Hell yeah. Dude,
We'll listen to
feel...
some Sam Elliott
Yeah,
reading
go for
Lady
it.
Gaga lyrics.
Slid it back over to me. He says, I got two pieces of advice for you. The first one would be go back to Portland, Oregon, which is where I lived at the time, or came from. And the second one is, if you're going to stay in this town, you got to fix that voice. You got to take some voice and diction lessons and get rid of that southern accent.
Have you seen him since?
No.
No.
I don't know if he's even in the business anymore, but I never had another encounter with him.
Well, we have a clip here from the movie, and as I said before, you play the manager and
Stephen
the older
Colbert.
brother who's trying to
Stephen
do
Colbert.
his best for his younger brother who just won't listen to him.
Stephen Coltrane.
Anything else
Got
I
it.
need to know about this? This is when you're trying to get him to wear the earpieces.
Yeah, he's got this.
Yeah, that's
serious-
Sam Elliott. The one thing I couldn't I don't know why I couldn't remember were the Dodge Ram commercials.
Right. Here, let me play a Sam Elliott thing. You gotta buy a car. You gotta buy a car and go to the town. You gotta do car things because it's for. Because I'm advertising for cars.
Want to hear mine?
Yeah.
You need a truck. You go on down to yourself a Dodge Ram. You can fuck your brother and your dad in the truck bed. Ram.
I am mostly laughing because your impression of him, I think, is better than mine.
I don't know, yours is pretty good.
I got the poop sack in the back. I'm in the back with the poop sack, and you know we run with the fart stack.
Lay a lad on the A-track. Dude, we should write a rap song.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we should that should be like, we should
actually
upload a podcast, and then like the next day we should upload like a.
I actually had lyrics started for one.
What?
And it was hilarious. We should definitely add the poop sack in the back with the A-track.
That's good.
We definitely need to add that to it.
That's solid. All right, let's end this here.
We definitely have enough for one podcast.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just read this out. We can leak this part of the song. Read it out loud, if you will.
Oh, I'm not gonna read that out loud, but that's fucking funny. Dude, that's so interesting because I wrote something similar a little like a month ago where it was like I was trying to use like actual lingo while also saying shit that was purposefully fucking like funny and dramatic.
Yeah.
Like stupid shit like on my end. Ooh, but that was interesting. All right, on that note, yeah, man. Let's freaking end this podcast
Let's go
here.
vandalize some cars.
No.
I'm gonna go vandalize cars. I'm all for it.
I'm against the vandalization of private
I'm gonna
property.
go vandalize some cars, and I suggest everybody listening go do the same.
Buddy. All right, let's call it here. Thanks for
Let's
listening.
put while we're ahead.
Yeah, thanks
Got
for
cars to
listening.
vandalize.
Please, no, don't. Unironically, don't fucking vandalize cars, bro. Unless they're like
Really nice
out.
cars.
Yeah, unless it's like someone who's richer than me. Alright, I'm leaving it at that. That's funny.
Alright, bye guys.
Thanks
We
for
love you.
listening. Yeah, we're gonna
Go fuck yourselves.
we won't